EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for the weekend, February 19th and 20th, 2022. The weekend video forecast is sponsored by Bozer Brewing Company in Easton, Pennsylvania. They are located at 1250 Simon Boulevard in Easton, very close to Lafayette College, and are purveyors of fine craft beer in the Lehigh Valley. Not only are they absolute geniuses when it comes to making a fine craft beer that appeals to multiple tastes, they also have a fantastic menu selection, live entertainment, open mic nights, and trivia nights. They are Bozer Brewing Company in Easton, proud sponsors of the weekend video forecast. Okay, so today, actually both weekend days are going to be colder after we had a cold front move through here early Friday morning. We had temperatures go from very warm to cold in a hurry. That's going to remain in place this weekend. Colder temperatures both days. We do have an Arctic front that's going to be moving through the region today in association with this area of low pressure off to our north. It has a cold front down here like this, and that is going to be moving through the region this afternoon. Okay, and with that, there's the chance for snow squalls along this Arctic boundary, and we'll get to that here in a second. The global models aren't really showing too much with that at all, and it's not really a whole lot. It's maybe like a coating to a half inch or an inch in some places, where it's one of those deals where it's for 20 to 30 minutes you have snow coming down that's just blinding, and poor visibility, high wind gusts with that. Really, the big deal today is going to be the wind, and we're going to get into that here in a second too. But let's start off with a high-resolution rapid refresh. The reason I'm using this is because, one, it's been very consistent on its every 6-hour runs that it does. I know it updates every hour, but the 6-hour runs go longer and are a little bit more data rich. So, with that said, here is that simulated radar, and you can see very easily where this squall line is. And along that squall line, you're going to have a 20 to 30 minute period of just very heavy snow that comes down and decreases visibility, and temperatures will drop. It could be, and most likely will be, ahead of this boundary, above freezing. Once that, you'll see some clouds that are going to start to form off in the distance, dark clouds, just like a thunderstorm would. You'll go from sun to all of a sudden these dark clouds coming from the horizon, and all of a sudden it just starts dumping. Okay, it only lasts about again 20 to 30 minutes, and then it's in and out. But it's coming down pretty hard during that time frame and lowering visibility. The high resolution rapid refresh that I'm showing you here actually has this extended pretty far south. I will say though, the best chance is probably going to be up in these areas right here to see the snow squall activity. It does have this further south, this little tail further south here. That is possible that it extends that far south, so we did not eliminate that possibility in our alerts that we sent out yesterday, just in case. But that does go all the way to the coast and survive. And again, it's going to come down to snow, even though it might be above freezing ahead of that line, because the upper level is going to be very cold. Very steep low-level lapse rates that we're dealing with this particular event. So this is going to be a quick in and out, and that's it. And that's during the course of the afternoon. Might start late morning, far northwestern areas, but it'll be off the coast here by about 3, 4 o'clock. Okay, so that's out of here, and then we're done and over with that. The other part of this is going to be the wind, and that's the bigger concern today, because these wind gusts are going to mean business with this Arctic front. So we're going to have very calm winds this morning, and then as we move forward from this, you'll have some winds building up to 15 to 25. Timestamps the upper right-hand corner here, so it's 10 o'clock in the morning. You're getting some 15 to 25 mile-per-hour gusts leading up to this. And then once you get to the afternoon, and that front starts making its way eastward, it's going to make its presence known, not only by the heavy snow. As soon as you see the heavy snow and you get the wind coming with that, the wind's going to stick around for a couple hours after that point. And you'll have a long cold air advection-related wind event following it. But you can get some gust here with this, not only with the squall itself, or with the Arctic front itself, but you're going to have some wind gusts in here that are going to hit the 40 to 45 mile per hour range. And I can't rule out that somewhere, especially in down here again by Lancaster over to Harrisburg, maybe the Lehigh Valley, you're getting some gusts that are in the 45 to 50 mile per hour range. Just briefly, though, it doesn't look like it's going to be a long duration thing for that part of it. But you have some common gusts that are going to be 25 to 35 with some peak gusts 40 to 45, isolated higher than that. But the cap would most likely be 50 for that. And that's going to continue all the way to the coast. You follow this right here. It's right here. Just keep following out to the coast for the next couple hours. And it's now 4 p.m. This is 5. So behind that front, which is off the coast by 4, you still have some windy conditions that are going to go into early evening. And then we'll finally start to let this die down a little bit gradually through about midnight or maybe just after. And then after that, we are just negligible winds. We get back down to calm winds after that point once it moves away. So that's your wind situation for today. This is day 4 of the winds that we were talking about several days ago that I told you we're going to have 4 straight days of breezy, at least breezy conditions, if not windy at times. We had one event that came in on Thursday night, early Friday morning. This is number 2, okay, of the bigger events of the 4 days, okay? So this is it. After that, we'll go back to normal winds for a while, it looks like. So the next system that's going to be coming into our region is not going to be until Tuesday. So we have high pressure on Sunday and Monday and control of our weather. It'll be over top of us on Sunday, so still cold despite mostly sunny skies. Temperatures, again, very similar today, maybe a little bit higher, but not too much. Once we get to Monday, I think we turn on the jets a little bit as far as the temperatures are concerned. Still high pressure control, so we're still mostly sunny. Getting back into the 50s for highs on Monday, however. Then clouds are going to increase on Monday night ahead of our next system, which is going to bring some showers. This is rain showers. Very similar looking path as the last system we just had Thursday night into Friday. Thursday and Thursday night. But the difference is with this, it's not as strong of an area low pressure. This is a weaker low. So yes, it is cutting to our west. Yes, it is bringing in and drawing in warm air out ahead of this. But it is generally a weaker area low pressure. It's not going to be a 990 millibar low that's cutting right over western Pennsylvania going up like this, like the last one did. Okay, this one's going to take a little bit further west path, and it's also going to be a little bit weaker. Okay, so you're not going to have as much rain, it looks like, with this, and not a big wind event, but it is going to be a rain event from start to finish. Showers are going to evolve into periods of rain during the day. On Tuesday, maybe later in the day, involves in a steadier periods of rain that goes into at least part of the overnight, not the entire night. But then late in the night, we dry out, and then we remain mostly cloudy in between systems here on Wednesday. And temperatures are going to be achieved early on, and then once we get later in the day and overnight, we're going to have the temperatures drop, which is just going to be in time for this next system to set the stage for a possible wintry event at the end of the week. Now, models are handling this very different right now, which can be expected at this range. So this is not something I'm going to give you I'm going to be giving to you right now that is definitive. One way or the other. This is just one model's projection. This is the GFS. And this is a Thursday night. This is looking at Thursday evening right now. Thursday night into and through the day on Friday deal. GFS here has a starting, at least in the interior, as snow. And then it goes over to sleet, freezing rain, perhaps even rain. And then maybe back to snow for the far northern areas as this pulls away. That's what the GFS has. This is the most aggressive and coldest model that we have right now at the time this video is recorded. The earlier run of the European model was not as interested in all this, at least not interested in the snow part of it. It did have some freezing rain from like about I-78 northward, which changed over to rain. So there's a lot of different solutions on the table with this one, but there is a wintry possibility with this, and it's all going to depend on position and strength of this high pressure that's sitting over the top here. It's an elongated, kind of banana-like high sitting over top, and that's funneling in the cold air into the system before it comes in. The antecedent cold air is there, okay? So it's going to depend on the position and strength of this high. European models handle it a little bit differently, and a little bit further north, a little weaker, and that's why you're having a little bit more of a warm air push into the mid-levels of the system and changing it over quicker. So we'll see how this works out. There is an opportunity for some snowfall or some snow to mix, or a variation. Big slot mess is most likely going to be expected. I would not trust that the GFS is going to be right at this range. But once we get into next week, we'll start to hone in on what we're dealing with. Again, European model was not really interested in this idea. So until we get into next week and we start fine-tuning details, see which one's kind of leaning toward the other and going that way, we'll have a better idea once we get probably toward, Monday, Tuesday time frame. So next video is Monday morning. We'll see where we're at that point. Right now, have a good weekend and enjoy the weekend. There's not going to be too much to worry about other than the snow squalls and the windy conditions today, and then a fine day on Sunday. I'm EPA meteorologist Bobby Marchis. That is your outlook for the weekend, February 19th and 20th, 2022. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.